start off this evening, can we actually turn the volume down just a little bit? Is it a little on the loud side? A little on the loud side? Check, check, check. How we doing? Does up mean better or does up mean turn it up? Okay, there we go. We're doing good. Okay, so kiddos, do we have any kids here? I see mostly adults. I see these kids. Oh, I see some hands waving now. What we're gonna need is our first thing we're gonna start off with to start this evening is we're gonna play a game, and it's gonna be kids versus adults. Kids versus adults. So, I'm gonna hand it over to Hillary, who's gonna take it from here.
That's right. You thought you had a good spot, but you don't. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna play a little bit of Pictionary, and I'm gonna give you a hint. It's all found in the Bible. That's your hint. Got it? God created the whole earth. You're welcome. Okay, so we're gonna have the kids are gonna be over on this side, so I'm gonna need all kids to come right around this table right here. Nope, around this table right here. Right? Good? And then adults who think you're just gonna sit there, but you're not, come be more around here. More-ish around here. I know, you're looking at me like, am I serious? But I am. I'm so serious right now. All right. Yeah. Youth in the house. Youth in the house. You're in the kids team. You're welcome. Thank you. Because they need you and love you and look up to you and think that you're big kids, and you are. It's great. Okay. I like you're bridging the gap right now, Jen. I know, like, which team are you on? It's hard to say, right? You choosing kids team? I feel it. I feel that. Okay. Ooh, do you feel the competition? And also, I just got you warmer because you moved. You're welcome. Okay, so we're gonna play Pictionary, kids. What that means is one of you is gonna be up here drawing a picture, and the rest of you are gonna try and guess what it is, right? And at the same time, there's gonna be an adult over here, and I may or may not show them what they're supposed to draw, or maybe they just have to guess and hope they get it right. So because, someone's gonna win.
Big John Pictionary.
Okay, good. All right, so we're gonna end up with 2 people drawing from each team. So who thinks they might be good at drawing? I see that hand right there. All right, Kiana, come on up. You'll be number 1. Oh, Stephen Ronan. I don't know. That feels like a ringer there. Okay. All right, you 2 come over here. Come look at the thing. No mouthing. All right, I'm gonna tell you when it's time to draw. You ready? You feeling it? Warm up. Okay, get excited because if you use your bodies, you'll be warmer, okay? If you use your bodies, you'll be warmer. Okay, and I'm totally gonna listen to both teams, and by that I mean this team. Okay, you ready? On your mark, get set, draw. Okay, guess, kids, what do you think it is? What is it? What do you think it is? Okay, a monkey? No? What do you think it is? What is it? Oh, it's a cow! They got it! Oh! The kids won! It's amazing! Stunning! A stunning victory! Oh my goodness. Okay, good. Okay, give your markers back to Todd. It was beautiful. Woo! Okay. Cameron, you think you can do it? All right, come on up, bud. All right, okay, one more drawing person from the adult team. I know, following that stunning defeat, it's a little bit hard to imagine. Dorothy's coming up. Dorothy, okay. All right. Oh, yeah, we got to flip it. Okay. We got to flip the paper. Okay, I'm falling down on the job here. This is a good thing. Okay. Okay, come on over here. I'll tell you when to draw. You ready? Are you ready? Okay, thank you. Marianne's ready, so you know what? Bonus points for your team. Okay, are you ready? Okay, now I feel it. Okay, bonus points for everybody. 500 points. Okay, are you ready? I'm changing it. I'm changing it to... Changing it. Okay, ready? Set, go! Okay, what could it be? Come on, the kids, come look! What is it? What is it? A king! Oh, that was amazing again! Oh, adults, how did you not get that? Look at this, totally a king, people! Oh, 5,000 points. Yeah! All right, good job. Adults, you got 4,500. It was close. It was close. It was close. Okay, you may stay where you are if you want, or you may go back to your seat, and we're going to find out how both those things go together. How do you think a cow and a king go together? Anybody? The king eats the cow. That's good. What do you think? This one time.
Remember they started praising the golden cow?
Oh, that's so good. They started praising the golden cow. Maybe it's that. Okay, what else do you think? How do a cow and a king go together? Yes.
Because they both start with the letter C.
Oh, boom. Feel that. They both start with the letter C. I feel that. That's good stuff. Okay, anybody else? How do a cow and a king go together?
Because they are so mad.
Oh, they're mad. I think the real answer to that was I wanted to talk on the microphone. Okay. All right.
All right, well, let's kick this thing off. What we're going to need to tell this story of how the cow and the king go together is we're going to need a volunteer to be, not the cow, no. We need a king. We need a king. Could be a boy, girl, doesn't matter. All right, but you know what I need? I need to find out who can do great facial expressions. So why don't you guys show me your happiest face? Let me see. Oh, I see some happy faces. Let's see shocked faces.
Oh man.
Whoa. Oh my goodness. Okay, so let's see scared faces. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna choose Ava Otvos. Come on down, Ava. Everyone give a hand to Ava Otvos, who's gonna be our king for the evening. All right. All right, kiddos, what we're doing this evening is we're continuing on the theme that we've been on in children's ministry. Who remembers what this month's theme in children's ministries has been? We're learning about what? What's this month's theme? We're standing up for Jesus, God, love, truth. Yes, it's conviction. Conviction. We're learning about conviction. And who can tell me what conviction is? Oh, yes, Larissa. Wow, so you're standing up for what's right, even when no one else does. That's good, that's right, that's what conviction is, and that's what we're learning to do. Standing up for what's right, even when no one else will. Okay, so to tell this story, we're telling the story of King Nebuchadnezzar. So we have our robe, we have our crown, good. Neb, you're looking good. Now, the interesting thing in this story is that up until this point, the Bible's talked about Nebuchadnezzar, but in this story that we're about to read, the king is the one who's writing, so we get to hear what he was thinking and feeling. Check this out. This is straight from the Bible in Daniel chapter 4, verse 4. The king says, I was at home in my palace. I was content and very successful. Yes, Nebuchadnezzar thought very highly of himself. But one night, the king had a bad dream. Little nightcap there. Poor little king's about to have a bad dream. Let's see how it goes down. He was terrified. Oh, look at the terror. Okay. And then, again, directly from the Bible, the king says, so I commanded that all the wise men in Babylon be brought to me. I wanted them to tell me what my dream meant. So many wise men came to listen to the dream, but none of them could tell the king what the dream meant. Finally, Daniel came to hear the king's dream. Okay, well, that's good. Nebuchadnezzar said, "Here are the visions I saw while I was lying on my bed. I looked up and saw a tree standing in the middle of the land. It was very tall. It had grown to be large and strong. Its top touched the sky. It could be seen anywhere on earth. Its leaves were beautiful and it had fruit on it. It provided enough food for people and animals. Under the tree, the wild animals found shade. The birds of the air lived in its branches. Every creature was fed from that tree." Wow, yes, strange dream, huh? Nebuchadnezzar, how do you like it? How do you like that dream? Very good. Okay. Yeah, a little bit of a strange one, huh? Maybe eat a few less burritos before you go to bed, would ya? And that's not all. After this, Nebuchadnezzar saw a messenger from heaven. He called out, "Cut the tree down, break off its branches, strip its leaves, let the animals that are under it run away, but leave the stump with its roots in the ground." Then he said, "Let King Nebuchadnezzar become wet with the dew of heaven. Let him live like the animals among the plants of the earth. Let him no longer have the mind of a man. Instead, let him be given the mind of an animal. Let him stay that way until 7 periods of time pass by." The messenger then told Nebuchadnezzar that this would happen so that all who are alive will know that the Most High God is king. He rules over all the kingdoms of men. Well, after hearing the dream, Daniel was terrified. Nebuchadnezzar assured him that it was okay to tell him what the dream meant. So Daniel told him the meaning. Daniel explained, "My king, you are that tree. You have become great and strong. Your greatness has grown until it reaches the sky. Your rule has spread to all parts of the earth." Daniel went on to tell Nebuchadnezzar about how he would end up being forced from his people and would end up becoming like a wild animal. But the stump in the dream meant that God would give Nebuchadnezzar his dream back when he recognized that God was the true king. Daniel then said to the king, "So, my king, I hope you will accept my advice. Stop being sinful. Do what is right. Give up your evil practices. Show kindness to those who are being treated badly. Then perhaps it will go well with you." The king was happy. King was happy to know that there was a chance that his dream wouldn't come true if he changed his ways. But unfortunately, the king soon forgot. 1 year later, Nebuchadnezzar was walking on the roof of his palace in Babylon. He said, "Isn't this the great mighty Babylon that I have built as a palace for my royal self? I used my mighty power to build it. It shows how glorious my majesty is." Then suddenly, the king's dream came true. Do you remember the part where the angel said that the king would be removed from his kingdom and he would go crazy? Well, that's exactly what happened. The king's royalty was stripped from him. He was driven away from the people. He became like a wild animal. He ate grass like cows do. His body became wet with the dew of heaven.
Oh, now it's happening, girl.
His hair and nails grew long like an animal. The dream had come true, At the end of that time, Nebuchadnezzar looked up to heaven. His mind became clear again and began to praise God, saying, I praise the Most High God who lives forever and ever. His rule will last forever. His kingdom will never end. He does what he pleases, and no man can hold him back. And just like that, Nebuchadnezzar and his kingdom were restored. In the end, Nebuchadnezzar became even more powerful than before. King Nebuchadnezzar had learned once again to stand up for the one true God. But he might have learned without such a painful lesson had he simply listened to Daniel's wise words the first time. So the one thing to remember from today is, kids, if you want to stand up for what's right, remember that's what conviction is, right? If you want to stand up for what's right, it really helps to listen to someone who's listening to God. If we want to stand up for what's right, we need to listen to people who are listening to God. Right on? Awesome. Let's give a hand to our king, Ava Apos. Awesome. Fantastic. You know, I did a little bit of research this afternoon, you guys, and how many gold medal Olympians, I was looking this up, how many gold medal Olympians do you think that there have been who didn't have a coach, who were self-coached? Anyone want to guess? Anyone want to guess? We have here a few nuns. Yeah, Cameron, what do you think? Maybe one? Yeah? A lot? You think a bunch? Any guesses? 5? Yeah, why not? Let's toss out some big. I've heard of more people say goose eggs. None, and that's true. I couldn't find a single gold medal Olympian who didn't have a coach. How many people love the Warriors? It's our local NBA team, right? We love the Warriors. Guess how many NBA teams have won the championship without a coach? None. Guess what, you guys? If we want to do really great at something, if we want to learn and do our very, very best, it really helps to have a teacher, to have a coach, to have someone who we're listening to. You know, the Bible, you know what happened with this story with Nebuchadnezzar is Nebuchadnezzar thought, I'm number one. I'm number one. I'm number one. See, we all tend to think that if we're really great, if we're really strong, if we're really smart, if we're really talented, then we ought to be able to do things all on our own. That's what Nebuchadnezzar thought, right? But it didn't work out for him very well. God wanted to rescue him from that mentality. God wanted to help him to learn how to listen, because people who think more about others are really helpful and really happy. It makes us unhappy when we only think about ourselves. So that's why we need help. Kiddos, tell me about someone in your life who God has put there to help you really learn and do your best. Someone who can coach you, who can mentor you, someone who can help you be your very best, yeah? My son says me. Good job, good answer. A+, 5 million bonus points. Good job. Anyone else want to hazard a guess? My other 2 kids are ready to get their 5 million bonus points as well. Any other people that we can think of in our lives? Yes, Kiana. Mommy, yes, parents absolutely are people who God has put in our lives to help us. How about adults? Yeah, our Delta leaders in our life that God has put there to really help us. See, again, we tend to think that if we really have our act together, if we're really strong, we ought to be able to do it on our own. But the greatest strength is being able to ask for help. And so may we be people who can ask God for help. May we be people who are humble enough to ask one another for help. May we be people who allow ourselves to be coached because we all need it. We all need help. We can't do it alone. God didn't design us to do that. So let's go ahead and pray together. Jesus, Lord, we just stand against the lie that comes against all of us that says that somehow we ought to be able to do it by ourselves. And Lord, I know the kids are quick to be able to answer because that's the place you've put them in, where they know teachers and coaches and parents are all there to help. But Lord, it seems like the longer we live, sometimes that's a harder question to answer. Who is there to really help us? Who are we leaning on? Who are we depending on? Who are we listening to? And so Lord, I pray that for every person here, young and old, that you would help us to find those people who we can really look up to, who we can pour our hearts out to, who we can trust more than we trust ourselves, because that's ultimately a posture that reflects our trust in you. Help us to find people who can help us be who you've made us to be. Help us resist the pride, the fear, the isolation that tries to drive us away, to leave us on our own, because Lord, that's not who you made us to be. You want us to have the freedom and joy of being connected to others. We love you, Lord. In Jesus' name we say, amen. All right, everyone, guess what? We have some really yummy dinner planned. So I don't know if is it ready yet? Is there anybody on the dinner crew who can kind of give me a thumbs up, thumbs sideways, thumbs down, thumbs sideways? What do you think, like 10 minutes? About 10 minutes. So dinner will be ready in about 10 minutes. It'll be served right over here. All the proceeds from dinner tonight will go to help sponsor our youth going to camp. Yeah. If you want to contribute over and above and beyond the cost of your dinner, go ahead and put it in the bucket right over here. Victoria's waving it around. You can put any extra contributions. There is root beer over there. We were planning on tonight being really hot and sweaty. There's root beer floats on tap for you tonight. So if you're feeling like, I see some like nice down jackets out there. So if you want a root beer float because you're so sweaty in that down jacket, you are welcome to go get a root beer float. Anyway, put some extra contributions in that bucket. Send our youth to camp. 10 minutes. Dinner will be ready. Let's enjoy ourselves the rest of the evening. Thanks, guys. Oh yeah, happy 4th of July.